Tonight, we're going to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Well, welcome back, everybody. New school season, January 23. We got roll call. We have everybody here. Do we have Dr. Nippert online yet? We do not. All right, so for right now, we'll put Dr. Nippert is not attending, but he may jump on and Zoom because I know we sent him out the link. We do have an executive session announcement. We did have an executive session that was held prior to last meeting, or was after last meeting, to discuss personnel. And I'm going to move on to public comment. I do not have any slips for anybody here in person. Do we have anybody online?
No, we do not.
All right. Then we're going to move on to tonight's presentations, recognition for our retirees. Dr. Finnery?
Thank you. At this point, I'd like to invite our Director of Human Resources, Ms. Amy Thompson, to the podium, please. Do I have the all-powerful one?
Hi, good evening. I'm excited to be here this evening to honor our recent retirees. We've had 8 retirees at the end of the 21-22 school year or from this school year. A parting memento for our retirees is the Pottsgrove apple. Those with up to 10 years of experience at the district receive a golden apple, and those with over 10 years receive a crystal apple. The apples are inscribed for each retiree. So the 8 that we're honoring this evening all are above 10 years, and that means everyone's getting a crystal apple, and I'll show you what they look like because I think they're a nice memento for our retirees. Well packaged as well. That's what they look like. So at this time, I'd like to just, name the 8 retirees. I know one of them is here this evening. Glenn Reese, custodian at Ringing Rocks for 10 years, retired on August 11th. Roxanne Schur, athletic secretary, high school, 15 years, retired August 30th. Kelly Doon, family consumer science teacher at the middle school for 17 years, retired June 23rd. Dr. Dave Ramage, technology director at our district office, served for 14 years and retired June 20th. Anthony Wiggles in maintenance at Lower Pottsgrove, served for 10 years and retired June 13th. Barbara Palucci, secretary to the principal at Ringing Rocks for 19 years, retired January 3rd. Deanna Santangelo, our nurse at Ringing Rocks for 11 years, retired on January 3rd. And last but not least, Timothy Bianchini, our custodian at the middle school for 16 years, retired on January 6th. And Tim, I know you're here this evening. Glad to have you. So I just want to say my hope for this esteemed group is that they will find new adventures, time with family, and time to enjoy everything that they love. Stay young, stay thirsty for knowledge, and remember to appreciate the little things in life. Thank you for your service to this community and especially to the students you served. In this way, your teaching, support, and service go on for years and years to come. Please come back to share your stories of your new adventures and be sure to visit us often. This will always be your home. So with that, I want to say thank you. And Tim and anyone else that might be here, if you want to come up and get your apple, that'd be great. They really do package it in here. Thanks to you.
Thank you. And we get a picture, okay? Yeah.
Front and center.
Thank you.
I'll give you the box, too. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you to all the retirees listed and those obviously attending. We're going to move on to the January student report. Go ahead, ladies.
All right, good evening, everyone. It's been a hot minute since we did a report, so I decided to focus on the events that took up during PGHS leading up to the break. So right around before break, the high school participated in a canned food drive, which allowed each grade to donate cans to be given to people in need within our community. This also counted towards Color Day points, which you'll find out about later. Student Council also organized a door decorating contest. All the students had fun decorating their classroom doors throughout the week, and we also had a Spear Week, which was also a huge success. And it had some very interesting days this week, which I was very happy with. And we also had a giving tree. I'm pretty sure this was in Mexico, or just something like that. And basically, students were encouraged to donate gifts to a certain family or child in need, and they could purchase items that way they were able to enjoy the holiday season as well. Adding on to that, I stuck this in here, but the bocce team had their first match against Saturday today, and after a tough 2 frames ending in a tie, we came back for the win during the tiebreaker round. So I'm going to hand over to Lily, and she'll fill you in the rest.
So Emily talked about everything that we did before break, so I'm going to talk about what's coming up. So after break, now we have midterms coming up, and then after midterms, we have Color Day, which is every student's favorite day of the year. And it's a day where the grades compete with each other in things like volleyball, tug of war, and spelling bees, and they try to win the championship. And some Color Day finalists will also give speeches at the beginning of the day to get all the students motivated for what's coming next. And I'm obviously rooting for the seniors. Thank you.
So you mentioned our can drive, and I think we've had a couple other things that awarded Color Day points. Do we have any kind of insight on the current standings?
I don't know. Seniors, they always come out, but juniors are always close behind, so.
Yeah, the seniors won for the can drive.
Yeah. We'll be doing Cody though, it's okay.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, ladies. Anybody have any questions for students?
When is Color?
January 27th.
All right, then we're going to move on to the report of superintendent, Dr. Finnerty.
Thank you. I have a somewhat long list today. First off, January is School Director Recognition Month. I'm going to read a statement here. On behalf of our entire district, I'd like to thank each of you for your service and your commitment to improving student outcomes. Board members are unpaid volunteers and put in many hours to help Pottsgrove continue to be the best place to teach and learn. And at your stations, you have some thank you tokens from our elementary students. And I haven't asked for this, but I'm asking now if I can have all the board members kind of gather in the middle with some of your cards that we can take a picture that we can kind of share with our students.
These.
See, I'm getting a picture, you guys.
Got these.
It's only because we're holding cards. That's the only reason I'm getting that one.
I got one. That's cool. I know. I got one.
And then it's about the schools. That's right. That's right.
Yes.
See, the sneakers would have been perfect. Oh my gosh, they would have. I also have an inflatable rooster. Oh, I should bust that out. Oh, that would be amazing. And to combine.
I need another card. We'll go with this one. We'll go with that one.
But you're smaller than us. You need to sit.
Let me get it. I'll really sit.
You don't have to sit. That might look silly because I think it's dressed. Alright.
Like these. Sorry, I didn't see it.
Alright, everyone ready? 1, 2, 3. Awesome.
I thought about it, but you know, you have to share. I've definitely never been.
And we're in trouble. We start seeing some ghosts there and such. It's like, wait a minute. Vampires.
Continuing on, there are three other things that I'd like to share. Michaela's Voice. So, as part of the Pennsylvania Department of Education and the Bureau of Special Education's initiative to adopt and participate in inclusive programming, Pottsgrove applied for and was selected to host Michaela's Voice. Michaela's Voice offers original programming to help build a positive and equitable school culture and ensure the well-being of staff and students through interactive assemblies and art projects. The district will also receive a collection of books. We'll be having assemblies at Lower Elementary on February 3rd, and this was an award to the district. There is no cost to the district, so we're very happy to be part of this. And I also want to thank our parent advisory group, and Anique Ruiz-Brown for her leadership in actually facilitating this and bringing this to our attention. Another event that we're having, Intelligent Lives. You may have seen this in the Saratoga Post or the Mercury. Pottsgrove Village will be hosting a film screening of Intelligent Lives on January 25th from 6 to 8 at Pottsgrove Middle School. The film is a documentary by Dan Habib that challenges what it means to be intelligent. And I do want to read just a little blurb from the website. Intelligent Lives stars 3 pioneering young American adults with intellectual disabilities, Micah, Nair, and Naomi, who challenge perceptions of intelligence as they navigate high school, college, and the workforce. Academy Award-winning actor and narrator Chris Cooper provides background to the lives of these 3 central characters through the emotional, personal story of his son Jesse, as the film unpacks the shameful and ongoing track record of intelligence testing in the United States. So we're very excited to bring this to the community, and there is plenty of room. So please, if you can make it, we'd love to see you there. Excellent. Did you hear that? Okay.
You ready? Go ahead, Dr. Nippert.
Just a quick comment. Put me in an insert in your photograph.
You got it.
Your photo, you'll need to hold on to them for a while, but I'll be collecting those materials before this meeting. I finally logged in.
Thank you, Dr. Nippert. And my last item is Unified Bocce. So our Pottsgrove High School bocce team had their first match tonight, but their first home match on Tuesday, January 24th at 2:45. This is a brand new sport for us at Pottsgrove. Please come out and support our student athletes in their first home match. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nippert. We're going to move on to approval of the minutes. I have 7.1.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the minutes, 7.1 and 7.2.
Second.
I have a motion, a second to approve all minutes. Do I have any questions or comments on the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Move on to receiving of the accountants.
Okay, bear with me, we have little hand notes tonight. And thank you. I make a motion that we approve the high school, middle school, and cafeteria accounts as presented.
Second.
I have a motion, a second to approve. Are we approving both 8.1 and 8.2 with that? Because you didn't
Correct.
say November or December.
Oh,
Are we doing both?
okay. That would be for November and December, high school accounts, middle school accounts, and cafeteria accounts as presented.
And Tina, you're second that for both?
Yes, please.
I have a motion and a second to approve both the accounts for November and December. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Move on to the treasury report.
I make-
Oh, no, I'm sorry, granting of orders.
Granting of orders, yeah. I make a motion to approve the payments of invoices totaling $839,081 for November 2022 as presented.
Second?
I have a motion and a second to approve the granting of orders for November. Does anybody have any comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. 9.2.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve payment of invoices totaling $1,703,60 for December 2022 as presented.
Second?
Thank you.
I have a motion and a second to approve December's granting of orders. Does anybody have any comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor? Oh, we do. Okay, hold on. Dr. Nipper, go ahead.
I had no comment.
No problem, thanks. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We're going to move on to the treasury report, 10.1.
I would like to make a motion that we approve the treasury report for November and December 2022 and file it for audit.
Second?
I have a motion and a second to approve both November and December's treasury report. Do we have any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're going to move on to, motion passes, we're going to move on to action items 11.1.
I'd like to make a motion under action items personnel that we approve 11.1 through 11.13.
Second?
I have a motion and a second to approve the action items from 11.1 through 11.13. Does anybody have any comments or questions on those? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. 11.14.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve 11.14. This is the approval of Act 93.
Second?
I have a motion and a second to approve the Act 93 administrative salaries for the Act 93 compensation plan. Does anybody have any comments or questions on these? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Good job.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We'll move to action items 12.1.
I'd like to make a motion under action items business to approve 12.1 through 12.4.
Second?
I have a motion and a second to approve 12.1 through 12.4. Does anybody have any comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. 12.5.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve 12.5 for the committee calendar dates 2023.
Second?
I have a motion and a second to approve the new calendar dates for the school board and the committee calendar. Does anybody have any comments or questions? And just for the public that's here, we're just making these so that it goes concurrent rather than how we were having it, correct?
Correct. This adjustment to the calendar just puts us back on our normal, there was an error when we made the calendar last year and approved this. This just puts us back on our normal days of the month.
Yep. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We move to action items, education, 13.1.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve 13.1 through 13.5.
Second?
I have a motion and a second to approve all action items. Do we have any comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We'll move on to the approval of the policies.
I'd like to make a motion, 14.1, the approval of policies.
Second?
I have a motion and a second to approve the policy use of medications. Does anybody have any questions or comments on that policy? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We're going to move on to action item 15.1, JOC.
Okay, we met last night, had a very productive meeting. It was nice to see everybody again. We did have our reorg meeting, and all of the officers are going to continue in the same positions until the end of the year. We do have Dr. Roach from Upper Perk, who is continuing one more year as a superintendent of record. So that was the one that we had a busy meeting, we really did. And we actually had Dr. Finnerty in place of Dr. Roach last night because Dr. Roach was out of town. The first thing we went over was the Skills USA officers, and they recapped their conference they attended in November. And I must say, these 4 strong ladies really gave us a good feedback on their experience there. And I'm not sure if everybody's familiar with Skills USA, but the mission statement for the Skills USA is empowers its members to become world-class workers, leaders, and responsible American citizens. We improve the quality of our nation's future skilled workforce through the development of Skills USA framework, skills that include personal, workplace, technical skills, grounded in academics. Our vision is to produce the most highly skilled workforce in the world, providing every member the opportunity for career success. So the students actually work very hard in their field, not only with the book of the knowledge of what they're doing, they also have to show it on their hands and present it. So the beautiful thing of these is these kids, the officers, were explaining to us that they go to these conferences and they're like a tiny little school, and with the other state of Pennsylvania members, and they were blown away, like they met friends, because they all had to go in different areas. And I wish you could have met them because they were just amazing girls. So we started off with that. One of our early Christmas presents, we received a $50,000 competitive equipment grant, and we're going to purchase a lift for the diesel department. And so that's, all the diesel shop floors are being redone, because now they have to hold the weight of this new lift coming in. So that's really good news for us. $50,000 is what we were hoping it was going to be, and we got it. And I think we did that within, 2 weeks? We filled that grant out and got it?
That's right.
It was amazing. So we thank the administration for their hard work on that. There was a nurse grant for $144,000 that they received. So they're going to purchase stop and bleed stations for all the shops. They're going to do first aid kits, radios so they can communicate back and forth. So again, kudos to the administration for finding this grant, and it's going to help the kids. Mr. Livingood wanted to start on the budget. They're going to start going over the budget to present it in March. He has offered, and I think it would be for our benefit for him to come here to Pottsgrove, and he could present it. So, we're starting to connect the feel, and everybody here at Pottsgrove gets to know what our budget looks like there. But he did say he is looking for, let me see, where is it? That he's looking, noteworthy items he's looking for is the safety and security costs. Next year, we're going to host the Skills USA, which is huge. And he is looking either at a second carpentry or a welding instructor and an assistant principal. So I really think it would be good for him to come here and explain to us, as we're all together collectively, and then if we have any questions for him at the time. I think he was here once, but I don't think we met the principal. I don't think anybody's met him, Mark, yet. The community meal is going to be Thursday, the 19th, and the theme is Winter in Hawaii. In fact, they're out there roasting the pork today with banana leaves, so. They're having 2 sessions, so if you're interested in going, look on the website, and it's by email only. I think it's 4:30 and 6 o'clock are the 2 dinner sessions. And I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Finnerty because he had a report last night.
Thank you. I shared a number of things, but 2 things in particular that I think are worth repeating here. One, I had the pleasure of attending the open house at the Western Center at the end of last year, and it was a phenomenal event. I had the pleasure of getting tours of 5 or 6 of the different departments from our students, which was very enjoyable, and also communicated clearly to me the knowledge and the learning and skills that each of those students are receiving as a result of that program. And teachers shared with me that it was the best turnout they've seen. So really proud of that event and really proud of our students and families that turned up there. Speaking of which, the other thing I shared was we have made a change in how we introduce the Western Center to our students, or our students to the Western Center. Previously, we had required a letter of permission to allow our eighth graders to attend, and this year we flipped it and said that we were going to send all of our eighth graders unless parents sent in a letter to opt out, or form to opt out. So the result of that is we had nearly all of our eighth graders attend the Western Center and see the programs that are available, and our initial enrollments, so we're still very early in the enrollment process, but our initial enrollments or requests for placement at the Western Center are significantly up. We have 45 applications as of last night, which is a tremendous number for us, and that season hasn't really even started yet. So I'm very excited about that, and very excited about students getting the opportunity to begin charting their course in earnest about what they're going to do after graduating high school. So, thank you.
And continue that, we had 45 Pottsgrove students that are already enrolled, and we have 148 that just came in for next school year, and the cutoff's March 15th. So our numbers are just, some of our classrooms are just booked. There's waiting lists. So again, it just shows the success that they have over there, and we couldn't be prouder. One note, on March 1st, which is a Wednesday from 6 to 8, there's going to be a presentation at the Western Center, and the topic is skills over stereotypes. So I think it'd be, if you're available, it'd be worthwhile to come and just see the other side of what the kids are doing. And last but not least, the next JOC meeting will be February 6th. Unless our team here has anything else you want to say?
No, thank you.
You good? Thank you.
Thank you. Nope, I was going to ask, any questions or comments? All right, then we're going to move on to action item, committee items, 16.1. Usually not a vote for that.
So this is, 16.1 is the committee appointments. So the attached there is, in the attachment are the existing memberships of the committee. So this would be the time to, if there's any changes that we would note for the record. That's what we have to do here.
So I send obviously an email out to the board. I always do this every year and such like that. I've always, in my personal opinion, I've always asked to give a 2-year commitment to the committee you were at. And I'm happy to report that everybody was very happy with the committees they were at. So it's going to be the exact same. There's going to be no changes across the board. So everybody was good with that. I don't know what you have to do.
There's only one other thing that we have to, because all of the ones that are actually have terms, the end dates of those terms extend well into this year or next. There is one that has expired, so we need to officially kind of reapprove that. So, Mr. Vecchio, your term at JOC, so for the record, we're going to make that another 3-year term.
Yeah.
Okay, done.
Unless Joe doesn't want it.
I would recommend that you take a formal action on that.
Oh, you need that as well?
Formal action?
For the VOTEC position, yes.
Okay.
What do we need? Do we need a
Just
nomination?
just a motion to approve Mr. Vecchio for a new term.
Can I have someone give me that motion?
Sure, I'll make a motion that we approve Joe Vecchio to be on the JOC committee 3 more years.
Second?
Thank you.
I have a motion, a second, to approve Joe Vecchio to go and stay on the JOC committee meeting for another term of 3 more years. Does anyone have any comments or questions?
Does Joe have to abstain from this?
No, he can vote.
Okay, good.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Welcome, Joe. Congrats. All right, we're going to move on to action item 16.2, meeting in the minutes.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we approve 16.2 through 16.5.
I have a motion and a second to approve all action item committee meeting item minutes, 16.2 through 16.5. Anybody have any comments or questions on those? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. We move on to new business. So moving on to new business. Dr. Finnerty.
Nothing for me, thank you.
Tina.
So it's my favorite part of the meeting.
Yeah,
How's
I know.
school going, Emily and Lily?
It's going good. Midterms are coming up, so got the stress of it, but I'm excited for Color Day, and I'm excited for second quarter, third quarter grind. But yeah, it's going good.
Yeah, the thing I'm most excited for is Color Day, just being a senior and on my last Color Day, so I'm really excited. And we all picked our themes, so we're excited for that.
Yeah, what's your theme, Lily?
We're the senior survivors.
We're basically pirates, so I'm not going to elaborate on what our theme is because I disagree with it, but it's okay. We're Jake and Neverland pirates. I don't know where that came from, but
And then
we're Jake and Neverland pirates. I don't know.
in the sophomores are sophomore SpongeBob, and the freshmen are the freshman Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Something like that. I don't know.
It's all like the seniors chose survivors, so then everyone else had like a TV show theme.
Yeah, so I'm doing TV shows. But yeah.
I like that SpongeBob is still relevant because that was how my kids grew up, and so the fact that it carries on is, that's good. It tells me that I was doing some good parenting there to raise my kids on SpongeBob. So this is great. I love it. Thank you very much for always being so willing to share each time. I appreciate it.
Patty.
Just real quick, I'm very excited for the United team, Unified team.
Yeah.
And just wish all the retirees the best of luck.
Jay? Joe? I have nothing. We're going to go right to you two. Coming around. Jim? Bill? Ashley? For me, wait a minute. Dr. Nippert?
Yes. Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay. Just a quick comment. I also had the privilege of attending the open house at JOC. And one of the thoughts that was meaningful to me is kind of a personal note. Some parents think that the kind of thing that's done at JOC might preclude going to college. My dad started out as a machinist at Bethlehem Steel, up at the Bethlehem plant at Steel Stacks. And he worked his way through college part-time, graduating the same year as one of Lehigh's most famous alums, Lee Iacocca. And the point is that you can pursue that kind of education and also eventually expand yourself and go on, if you want, to enter into a professional career. And people sometimes think that going into what used to be called vo-tech closes the door, and it doesn't. It opens more doors than it closes. And that's just my comment. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nippert. It'll go to me. You know what? I'll actually agree 100% with Dr. Nippert on that. When I went through high school, you didn't have the two. You had vo-tech or you had pretty much education. You didn't go into either. But on purpose, I took typing. And typing was a class that only the vo-tech people went to. Because if you went and you're going to college, you didn't take typing. And it's probably the greatest class, most improved class, any class that you could probably take is to learn typing. Because I didn't know how to type, and I learned that. I actually wish I would have taken more VOTEC classes. I mean, yes, we all want the science and math and such. I wish I could do electrical work. I wish I could do some of the things that they do over there, because it makes you an actual stronger and better citizen if you can do those things, and I can't. And so I would highly recommend for any student, even when you're going and you're trying to cram all those maths and sciences and everything because you want to make yourself more competitive. You know what? You could probably be more competitive in a real world if you actually took some of those VOTEC classes rather than just taking all math, science, and calculus 55, because you're never going to take calculus 55 in the real world. I don't care what you're going to do. You're going to take that in college, go right ahead. You ain't going to take it in the real world. Do the electrical work and the other work. The other thing I wanted to mention was about these things, because I don't know if the people saw these and think. I've been here 8 years, very thankful to that. You never have to thank me, but they're incredibly appreciative on getting these. I have all 8 years' worth from the kids that give me these. My wife probably sits there and says, why do I have a bucket full of these things right here? I'm incredibly appreciative for any time that the kids take writing these out. And again, you don't have to thank us, but I do appreciate it very, very much. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday. Thank you to the board for bringing me back for another year. You're stuck with me, I guess, for a little bit more. So I really do thank you for that. And that's about it from me then. All right. I'm going to move on to the second public comment. Do we have anybody for public comment here? Do we have anybody for public comment online?
There was one from earlier from Kimietta Lewis. She just sent to us in the chat with regard to the retirees. Congratulations and thank you for your time and dedication.
Thank you very much for that as well. All right, if we have nothing else, I'm going to have a motion for adjournment. Motion adjourned, approved. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? See you guys in 2 weeks.